Hi guys, and welcome back to Archie Hamilton Racing, and welcome back to another video. Now, as you would have seen, the weekend just gone was Goodwood Festival of Speed. There were quite a few new releases which were released there, and what I wanted to do is take you through some of them, but also show you one car which stood out massively for me, and this was the all-new Ford Mustang Gtd. Now, I used to own Corvette Grand Sport American Muscle Beast. Now that has nothing on this all new Ford Mustang GTD. They are going to be coming to the UK. They are super limited, but it was amazing to be able to see the Ford Mustang GTD flat out at Goodwood. I want to talk to you a little bit about the car, show you the runs up the hill that the car has done, and lots more as well, and a few other bits and pieces that were at Goodwood. So we're going to have a chat, round up the weekend, and show you that epic Ford Mustang GTD. Right, what an epic weekend it has been at Goodwood. I've done the Thursday and then the Friday. The Thursday, you would have seen I filmed that Red Bull Mad Mike car, which was unbelievable. And then the Friday, I got the chance, as I've already posted the video, to go up in the all-new Land Rover Defender Octa. It's been nice just to do my original content once again as well. Now let's have a little bit of a roundup. At Goodwood, the things that stood out: RB17, which is a very cool bit of kit which Red Bull released, which looks amazing. You'll see it on your screen now. Just ridiculous, the power and everything else, and revs to 15,000 RPM, which is just ridiculous. And then we had the new BMW M5. That was one which was released before, but shown to the public for the first time at Goodwood. They rolled it out, and it did look epic going up the hill as well. Now, the car for me, I think, that stood out the most was definitely the Ford Mustang GTD. An 800 horsepower supercar, which costs £315,000, and it is coming to the UK. The car not only sounded fantastic, but also had looked the part as well. That guy literally just pulled out on me. He didn't even look. Anyway, it looked the part as well. It really, really did. With that massive rear wing, the way the front is, it's got that aggressive look. Sometimes in the UK, American cars don't go down that well, but this is something which is very, very, very special. Now, one thing as well with this Ford Mustang GTD, which Ford are trying to do, is they're trying to break the 7-minute barrier around the Nürburgring. That would basically put it on par with a GT2 RS, Porsche GT2 RS, a GT3 RS, Revuelto probably, and a few other bits and pieces, which are definitely in a different category to where the Mustang currently is at the moment. Well, let's see whether they're going to do it or not, but they're not going to say if it's not going to happen, I don't think, and I think it is going to happen. Now, these cars are coming to the UK, like mentioned. There's an application process. I think there's only 1 week left on the whole application process, and then if you are, successful with your application, then you will be able to get one of these cars. I think you would have needed to own a fair few Fords in your time to be able to get this, including the Ford GT. I'm thinking that the Ford GT customers are going to take priority over everyone else. That's why I'm not here to make a video to saying I'm buying one, because the likelihood is I'm not going to buy one. But if I could, I would, and I love the way the car is. It truly is incredible. Now, with the GTD, you can get this car in 6 different colours, which is very, very cool. And what's great this year is that Ford have a sort of Porsche PTS, paint to sample. They have their own paint to sample option. This means that customers that want something wild and wacky and want to pay a little bit more money, they can do this and they can get the colour that they want on this car. Personally, it's expensive, but it was so cool. It is an absolute game changer. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play a couple of runs of this car going up the Goodwood Hill so you can hear it, see it, and the performance of it, because there was a racing driver, which was a factory driver from Ford, driving this car, and he was driving it hard, and the handling just looked amazing. It looks like a race car for the road. Let's play.
Oh my goodness, now this is nuts.
This is, I think this is one of the, this is the Ford Mustang, isn't it?
Well, this is GTD. This is 800 and some horsepower rear drive. It's got the gearbox in the back of it. It's £315,000 worth of Ford Mustang. they just wound everything up to 11, or maybe it was 12.
It is completely road legal as well. This track-ready supercar, though, supercharged 5.8 litre V8, over 800 horsepower in this car. Carbon fibre body, semi-active suspension. It's even got DRS.
It's got DRS. It's funny because we're European and it's obviously American. And GTD, you think it's a diesel. Just listen to it. It's very clearly not a diesel. Supercharged V8 in it, 830 horsepower, rear gearbox. Wonderful thing. But yeah, they're now taking allocations.
So the car being 800 brake horsepower is the fastest ever Mustang ever made, and also outpowers the 700 brake horsepower Shelby, which was already quick enough. Now, where this has come from, this car, is Ford already have a program in America, which is a category in the IMSA Sports Car Championship called it's called the GTD category. Now, to get one of those, to have a car in that, you need a car which basically is eligible for the series. They've actually just called the car complete out a GTD for the road. Now, one thing which we don't know yet is if this car is going to be road legal in the UK. There's a homologation process, there's everything else, whatever, that's going to happen. Ford have said in countries where this car isn't approved, it is going to be a track only car. So at the moment, I don't believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong, I don't believe we have the problem that it's not going to be on the road. I think in the UK you are going to see that car on the road, it's not going to be a problem. But there is the potential that that car will only be a track only car. I think it's unlikely that that would happen in the UK, but there is the potential of it. But how good does that sound going up the Goodwood Hill? It is truly crazy. Now, there was actually clips as well with the car doing burnouts, like proper American style.
This is 800 and some horsepower rear drive. Got the gear.
What would you do if you were a customer and you wanted to buy a car such as that? Would you spend £15,000 on something super rare, such as the Mustang GTD? Or would you spend that money on, well, you've got quite a few options: AMG Black Series, Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, Porsche GT3 RS, and have quite a bit of changeover the way the GT3 RS market is going at the moment? I think it's a tough one to outright say I would pick up a Ford Mustang GTD over a GT3 RS solely because the GT3 RS, you know that is the best track car that money officially can buy. The Ford Mustang is clearly extremely powerful, extremely good handling, built by incredible engineers that have spent hours, man-made hours developing that car. But also, is it a level up from the GT3 RS? That's something which you guys need to let me know. Personally, I would go for a 992 GT3 RS because I don't think you can go wrong, and I don't think you can even go wrong with a 992 GT3. 992 GT3 these days, 160-ish grand, let's say, for a top spec, maybe a little bit more, and you could have 150 grand of change left over, which you could put in to your track days and everything else, and run the car basically for free. It's got to a charging station, which is all fun and games to put some charge into this EQE. It was just a small video, just of a bit of a roundup of what was going on and my favorite sort of cars which were there. I know lots of people are enjoying the fact that I'm now going to be making more regular content. One thing I'm very aware, guys, that there's been a lot of car dealership stuff going on this channel, and I think I've taken on board a lot of comments and what people have been suggesting, and that is keep the original content on here for cars and new releases and everything else, of reviews on Archie Hamilton Racing, track content, and then there's going to be a separate channel for Archie Hamilton Prestige cars, where you guys can see all the dealerships and new arrivals and everything on there, just so we don't get mixed up. And I think that's what we're going to do, and that channel is going to be launching within the next week, and it's going to be vlogs, it's going to be dealership, it's going to be all sorts of things which is slightly different, and it will mean that we keep the original identity on here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think to the Mustang and to your favourite car at Goodwood. Let me know, and I'll see you for the next video.